Now our next guest is one of comedy's funniest women and who's never short of something to say.
Well, now Katherine Ryan is returning to what she does best alongside Jimmy Carr for a new series of roast battle.
Oh, I mean, it is brutal. Katherine joins us now. Welcome to you. Are we good at this here? Because it's quite an American thing, isn't it? Is that where it started, the roasts?
I think the comedy roast was made famous in the old Friars clubs in America, but it's so part of the British caustic sense of humor, I feel. And of course, Jimmy Carr is British, Irish, the best roaster, I think, in the world.
Yeah.
It should be the British institution that it is becoming.
Yeah, it kind of suits us.
You've got to have a thick skin. You've got to go on there knowing what it is you're going to get.
Yeah.
And I suppose also you've got to go in and research the other person so that you can damage them with their own life.
Yes. Oh, that is a beautiful, eloquent way of putting it, Phil. I think it's a real honor to be roasted for that exact reason. First of all, it's a demonstration of consent. You know what you're going into, and the other comedian will have researched your own life so thoroughly that when they pull something out from your childhood or perhaps a failed marriage, it really is just, you feel that honor wash over you. And of course, we've heard about a lot of tragedies today. Your ego is just the smallest thing in the world. And if you can't have a laugh at yourself, you've got absolutely no hope.
It's so true. Actually, I was going to say that because in an environment where people are so scared to say anything nowadays, is it in that arena, does it feel quite liberating, actually, to just not, everything goes, doesn't matter?
It's very liberating. And again, it's because you're working with usually other comedians or Jamie Lang, if he's decided to put himself...
He was brave.
He was
really brave.
Yeah, he's really funny, really nice guy. But he's never going to beat Ivo Graham. And that's the thing. You can be funny with your friends, but to do that well-crafted joke, to be able to roast someone like that and still be their friend at the end of the day, it's very liberating.
And it always stays on stage. It doesn't cross into afterwards.
Perhaps it does with some sensitive people. I've never seen it cross over. Jimmy Carr roasts me so brutally, so often, and I really love it. And I find that when people watch Roast Battle or Your Face or Mine on Comedy Central, they really find that, oh, wow, Jimmy said this to me, Jimmy, they love it. And
it's like a badge of honour.
It is.
He was mean to me.
And then if you can laugh at yourself, it's so attractive.
You spend a lot of time with Jimmy. 8 out of 10 cats, and that's where you started, really, isn't it?
Yes, my first opportunity, was in May 2012 to be a guest on 8 out of 10 Cats, and now I'm a team captain, which is
just so nice,
so amazing.
And Rob Beckett as well. You were on the circuit with him as well, so this is for both of you. You sort of started out working together, and now you're both team captains with Jimmy.
It really does feel a little bit like college. You start with the same people: Sarah Pascoe, Rob Beckett, Ramesh. We all started at the same time, and now we get to work together. And I admire his work ethic so much, and he's so funny. We're such good friends.
And so, let's hope you don't mind. We'll talk a little bit about your private life. Is fascinating.
Go ahead. That's all I talk about.
You've come to the end of your, was it 10-year man-batical?
I wish it was a 10-year man-batical. Oh, I'd be so much better off. No, I was in the wrong relationships for a while, and then I decided that I found peace in being alone. I really felt that stigma being a single mother. I thought, oh, people look down on me and they keep saying, when are you gonna find a man? But what about a man? Any success I'd had in my life, they go, oh, but it's just so sad you're alone. And I was like, when I am alone, I get to hang out with me. And then I really found peace, finally, being alone, and then that's when I met someone.
And that's when you met someone. And the most extraordinary circumstances, though, because you were filming Who Do You Think You Are? So this was January last year?
Yes.
So you went, was this in a pub?
It was. When we say I was filming Who Do You Think You Are, it really feels like I fell in love with a cousin or a relative. And he may be. We are from a small town. But I went home to search my ancestry, and then I bumped in a pub to my childhood
sweetheart. So you're back in Canada. So this happened in Canada.
Yeah.
And so this is the guy that when you were 16, you were prom king and queen.
Yes.
I mean, it's mad that that's happened.
It's funny, isn't it? A lot of people have responded. I guess this is why I speak about it, because we spoke about it once as a joke, and then
you both are.
I know. I'm surprised you recognized me, huh? I got all this feedback. People thought it was such a cute story, and they had similar experiences in their own lives. They wondered what their first loves were up to, and I think it gives people just real hope in destiny. Like, well, you're not in charge of that much, really, in your life. And fate does have a way of finding you if it's meant to happen. And I really do love him so much. He's
It's
so
so
cool.
nice.
You recognise each other, obviously, in,
Yeah.
in that pub. And did it click straight away?
I think so. Well, I sort of thought it would be funny to speak to him privately for a laugh, you know, so I could tell all my friends, oh, isn't that funny? And then it was kind of a disaster. We fell in love and we're still together now.
How does your daughter take this?
She didn't take it well at first because she's very protective of me. We do have a unique relationship. I think being a single mother, she and I are so close. We're like, you know, sisters in a way, which I feel is never going to backfire whatsoever. We live in a real democracy, and all of a sudden I was in this relationship. And now she really loves him. She's really happy. We both love him so much.
Good. And thank goodness he's here because he saved your Netflix scripts.
He did.
What a hero.
He is a hero. We were burgled. And we were at home when we were burgled by a man in a skeleton mask.
Horrible.
I know, it was really scary. And he was starting to make off with different things. But one of the things was my laptop. And he wasn't trying to steal the Netflix scripts for my new series. It's like when someone steals your grandmother's ring, they're not trying to steal her memory. They want the jewelry. But my scripts were on that laptop. And Bobby sprung into action, fought with the burglar, got him back out the window. He'd come in, chased him down the road.
Well, you thought
very brave.
that Bobby was running out.
I did.
And leaving you in the house. What you didn't realise is he'd gone upstairs and pushed the burglar out the window.
He had.
And was going out to pick him up from outside.
To get my laptop, and he successfully did that. But when he ran down the stairs, you're right, Phil, he said, there's someone in the house, which is the worst thing you can hear. And then he left me in the house. He ran out the door, and I thought, there's something, but he meant to say, there was someone in the house, and now I'm going to pursue him on foot. Yeah.
Roast Battle, episode 2 is tonight at 10 on Comedy Central. And
It's really nice to see you.
Coming in.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you.
Pleasure,
It's a pleasure.
pleasure.